Good morning, everyone. It's Lisa Rutti here, your local realtor with Global Reach. I wanted to bring another exciting podcast to you, this time on the topic of investing in real estate. And this morning, I have with me my dear friend, Maurice Wiles, who is a mortgage broker, and we're going to give you some tidbits today. Maurice, how are you?
I'm doing very well, and thanks for having me, Lisa. Good morning to you.
Thank you. So I wanted to have you on the show today because there's been lots going on in the realm of real estate, talking about like the interest rates, the cost of ownerships, people possibly looking for invest. And I thought, why not bring on somebody that is an expert into this arena?
Right. So I've been with Central Mortgage and Finance Group for over 10 years. And we have been helping families to get mortgages to purchase. For me personally, I've been in the finance banking industry well beyond 10 years with the CIBC as a regional risk manager. And I decided that ultimately this is where I believe I could help families more to get into their own home.
There's lots happening in the market right now where everyone is kind of focusing on the interest rates. Now, what is your take on the interest rate? What's sort of the average interest rate? And I know you don't have a glass ball to tell us where it's going to go, but what would possibly be your take?
It's exciting time. Nobody can really say for sure what the rates will be in the future and so on.
Right.
But the main thing is potentially there are opportunities in the market now for people to gauge between current higher rate compared to a better house price, as you would know as the expert in the real estate field.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at, there's so much pent-up demand. There's so many buyers that are sort of sitting on the sideline and watching that interest rate, waiting for it to come down. And you want to be cognizant of that, right? Because realistically, when you sit there, you might say, okay, I'm going to wait for the interest rate to come down. But what's going to also happen is the price of the homes are going to go up as well. And we've already seen that. So if we looked at last April compared to this April, the prices have gone up very slightly, albeit. However, it's on the trajectory to rise. So you don't want to end up paying higher for a home because you're waiting for that interest rate to come down, because really it's sort of a wash at this point. You might as well get that home because there's lots of inventory out there. You're not going through those crazy bidding wars, and then you can obviously possibly refinance your mortgage later on to get a lower interest rate depending on what term you select at this time. Is that correct?
Indeed. And like many, that's basically a decision of the investor, the home buyer, just to sort of see if today is the time to step into the market with a slightly better pricing now. Yes, there's a higher interest rate, but there are ways in which mortgage brokers can help with that by getting their lenders to stretch the amortization, like from typical 25 to 30 years. Some of the lenders can also go to 35 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That therefore causes the monthly payment to be less. So
Right.
sometimes you can be less focused on interest rate rather than what is your monthly payment, affordability, and so on.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good point and the other thing I really want to point out is being able to have a mortgage broker as well as a realtor that you can work with. The two can really work together to say, okay, here are the homes in a particular area that a client might be looking at. And then you can work out, okay, based on the amortization, based on whether it's a 3-year or a 5-year term, here are sort of the costs you could expect. And then the client has all of the information now, a full picture to be able to more make a confident decision in making that purchase. So that's a great point. Well, that's great, Maurice. I'm so glad you were able to come out here today. Any last bit of tidbit you want to share with the audience?
My pleasure to be here, Lisa. Basically, the market is there for you to acquire another property or your first home. We are here to help you to make that decision, give you the options and for you to choose the best option to serve you best. So yes, we are here. Central Mortgage will be here to get you through this task.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, thanks so much. And we'll see you again soon. Take care.